Hello, this is Professor Stephen Kalabata, and this is English 1B, sections 14197 and 14199. This is the introductory video that is going to show you how to use our Canvas page. This is our home page. Let's just scroll down. So our class is an accelerated class that runs from October 19th until December 10th. And I'll scroll down to show you my office hours. So I have office hours Monday, Wednesday, 12 to 2, and Tuesday, 12 to 1. And in order to do office hours, you go to the left side of the screen right here and click on chat. Let's just go in the chat room. So here's the chat room, and you can post comments here in the chat room, and I will be in the chat room during those office hours, and you and I can talk in the chat room during those office hours. Remember that anything that you post in the chat room will be seen by me and anybody else who is also in the chat room. So if you want to talk to me in a way that nobody else can see what you're typing, then use email. I'm going to be looking at my email and the chat room at the same time. Let's go back to our home page. And I'll just mention one more thing. I also have finals week office hours, December 14th and 15th, 12 to 2, and then 12 to 1. And let's go back up to the top here. So I've divided up the work for our class into 4 modules. We're going to be doing 4 essay assignments, and you can see the dates that we're going to be working on each module. Our class lasts for 2 months. That's 8 weeks. That means we're spending about 2 weeks on each essay assignment. So let's click on the first one that you have to start working on right away. When you click on the button from our home page for each module, it takes you to a start page. And the start page gives you instructions on what to do for the essay assignment. So you can see step 1, cover the materials for essay 1. Let's just click on one of these. So each link on the start page takes you to another page, and I want you to cover this material, and then at the bottom of each page I have put a couple other links. So you can either return to the home page or return to the module 1 start page. Let's go back to the start page. So right here, here's the material I want you to cover for module 1. And then step 2, I want you to answer some questions on a discussion board. So here's the link for the discussion board. There's some comprehension questions. So here's the comprehension questions and the instructions for the discussion board. And you will not be able to see other people's posts on the discussion board until you post some comments yourself first. So you have to post answers to these comprehension questions, and then afterwards you have to post 2 replies to what other people posted on the discussion board. Let's go back to the module 1 start page. So step 2 is answering the comprehension questions on the discussion board. Step 3 is write the essay. So here's the assignment sheet. There's the essay prompt you're going to have to answer. And then here's the formatting material. It has to be at least 4 complete pages. 4 complete pages, you have to use, for essay 1, you have to use at least 1 outside source from one of the Chaffey College, from the Chaffey College database list. And we're going to be talking about that later on this week. I'm going to have some more video material where I talk more about the writing of essay 1. And let's go back to the module 1 start page. Okay. So you have to write the essay, and when you write the essay, first you have to write a rough draft, and then you have to turn in a final draft. So when you write the rough draft, there's a second discussion board. The first discussion board has comprehension questions. You have to post answers to the comprehension questions. And in the second discussion board is a discussion board where you have to post your rough draft. So here's instructions on how to post your rough draft. And again, you won't be able to see what other people have posted until you post your own material. So let's go back to the Module 1 start page. And let's go down to the bottom. So comprehension questions, the rough draft discussion board, and then you turn in the final draft. So the final draft is on the essay assignment sheet itself. You just scroll down to the bottom of the assignment sheet, and there's going to be a place down here at the bottom of the essay assignment sheet where you can turn your essay in electronically. Let's go back to the Module 1 start page again. Okay, so this is basically how the modules are going to function. Each module is going to follow this pattern. You're going to have to cover some material. There's going to be comprehension questions you need to answer by a particular date, and then you have to write a rough draft for the essay assignment that has to be posted on another discussion board by a certain date, and then you have to turn in the final draft by a certain date, and then we go on to the next module. Let's go back to our home page, and let's look at the syllabus. So over here on the left, you see that there's all these words here on the left. This is how you navigate around the site. So I've given you some module buttons that are kind of nice that just take you directly to our modules. But then at the same time on the left here, this is how you enter the chat room. You can click on grades to see what your current grade in the class is. I have some extra words here on the side that you're not going to be able to see because you're a student, and the teacher has more options because I need to be able to maintain the site for us. But you'll be able to see grades, the assignments, the syllabus, so you can go to the assignments by clicking here on assignment, but I've made it kind of easy for you just by putting everything in these button links here on our home page. But let's go look at the syllabus. So let's look at the course description. And this kind of just repeats a lot of the material that's on our homepage. There's my office hours again, along with the course description and the student learning outcomes. Here's a list of all the skills that you're supposed to be able to have when you finish the course in a couple of months. Let's just go back to the syllabus page again. Let's look at rules of classroom conduct, and we should talk about a couple of things here. So the rules of classroom conduct, I'm not going to read through all of this. You can read through this, but I'll read through a little bit and stop and talk along the way. Online etiquette, remember that a lot of communication is nonverbal. What this means is that we understand a lot of what someone is communicating through facial expressions and body language. However, in online communication, we see a person's words, but not their facial expressions or body language. Something like that might be easily understood or amusing in face-to-face communication, might be misunderstood in an online communication. When we post comments, let's avoid typing something in all capital letters. Let's also avoid emojis. Try to state your point without attempting any jokes or humor. If we remember this, then I think it will be clear that we're being supportive and friendly to each other when we post constructive comments about each other's work. So remember, I mentioned a few minutes ago when I was clicking on Module 1, you're going to be posting your work on the discussion boards, and then everybody is going to be posting replies to each other's work on the discussion boards. So for instance, when you put your rough draft on the discussion board, other people will be reading your rough draft and posting comments about how to improve your rough draft. And you will be posting comments for other people about how they can improve and revise their rough draft. And so I don't think we'll have a problem. It'll be clear that everybody is being supportive and friendly to each other. And I think it'll be easier to make that clear if we avoid things like all capital letters and just try to remember that when we're posting things online, it is a significant point to remember that nobody can hear your tone of voice or your facial expressions. So it's easy to type something and to be misunderstood. So I think just remember, just try to stick to the point, try not to be humorous, don't use all capital letters, and just say what you want to say in a helpful way that is helping the person improve their rough draft. And I think the other person will probably understand that. Email, when you email me, please include your name and the class you're in. I'm teaching several classes. Help me keep everyone straight. So, okay. And let's see. Plagiarism. Yeah, write your own stuff. Don't download essays off the internet and turn it in as your own. I think um, that should be pretty clear by now, although we'll talk a little bit more about essay writing as time goes on. Let's go back to the syllabus and let's talk about assignments and grading. So I've already talked about the modules. We'll talk a little bit more about them here. So this is just a little bit more of a description about our home page, our grades. These are the basic functions. Some of the most fundamental functions we'll be using on our Canvas page, our home page, grades. Like I said, you can click on grades and you'll be able to see your current grade in the class. The chat feature is for office hours. The discussion board posts, the modules, and then I've already just explained this. These are the instructions for each module. Do the reading, type a response to the comprehension questions, write a rough draft, and then you have to post replies to other people's work and then turn in the final draft. That's the basic structure of each module. And I've listed all the assignments here at the bottom of the page. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, Module 4. So we're doing this basically the same work in each module. So you can see there's going to be material that you have to post for the comprehension question discussion board. You have to post a rough draft on the discussion board, and then you have to post 2 replies on each discussion board commenting on other people's work. And over here on the right side, you see here are the point values for each assignment. So you get 10 points for posting the answers to the comprehension questions, and then you get 5 points each for each reply that you post responding to what you think of other people's answers to the comprehension questions. You get 20 points for posting your rough draft on the discussion board for rough drafts, and then you get 5 points each for each reply. You have to post 2 replies, giving positive feedback, helping other people by giving them helpful suggestions about how to revise their essays on the rough draft discussion board. And in the final draft of the essay is 200 points. So each module, you add that up, each module is 250 points. There's 4 modules, so there's 1,000 possible points in the class. And here's how the math breaks down here at the bottom of the page. You can look at that yourself. And then one more thing I'll talk about is the revision policy. So I do allow you to revise essays in order to improve the grade of your essays. So after I've graded an essay and you've received the grade of the essay after you turned in the final draft, you can try to revise that essay to improve the essay if you want, if you try to improve the grade of the essay. So first of all, revise the essay after I graded it. Then you email the essay to me, telling me in the email what you did to improve the quality of the essay, and then I'll contact you through email to let you know if the grade went up and why. So a couple of ground rules. You can present only 1 revision per day. So in other words, on the very last day of our class in December, you can't just suddenly email all the essays to me hoping to improve the grade of each essay. So you can only send 1 essay to me per day. The last day to present a revision is the last day on our schedule. I'm never going to lower your grade, but I also don't promise that the grade will go up. It might take more than 1 revision to improve the grade of your essay. And this is just a time management suggestion. You should be spending most of your time working on the current module. Don't fall behind on the current module because you're trying to improve the grade of an essay from a previous module. But that's up to you. Manage your time. And revisions can be done on essays that were turned in on time, were the appropriate length, and were free of plagiarism the first time around. So let's go back to the syllabus page. So the syllabus page also has a schedule, and I put all the due dates on our module start pages, but you can also see the due dates here on the calendar on the syllabus page. So you can see that the comprehension questions for Module 1 are due this Thursday, October 22nd. And then the rough draft is due next Tuesday, October 27th. And then the final draft of Essay 1 is due next Friday, October 30th. And then we start Module 2 right away. So there's all the due dates for our class, going all the way until the very last day of our class, which will be Thursday, December 10th, when you will turn in the final draft of Essay 4. Let's go back to the home page. And I think that should be all. I put a couple of helpful links down here at the bottom to help you with proper citation. But as I said, I will be posting more video material in the future about essay writing. I would suggest go through the other material on the intro material page. And I'll be talking to you again with more video material later in the first week of class.